beat, you bastard.
Baby girl, I see you've been crying. Baby, won't you wipe your tears? Baby girl, don't stop and leave.
Hey, welcome back, you guys, to Leveling Up. It's your boy, Nick Beam.
It's your favorite ladybug, Natrice. Hello.
Y'all already know what it is. We got a wonderful show.
Yeah, this is where we get to the good.
It gets really good.
It get good because we're going to talk about how it gets bad.
Yeah, sometimes it can get bad, sometimes it can be good, but how do you handle it in the midst of?
It depends on your perspective, right? If obstacle is opportunity, you're going to be all right.
Sometimes.
Maybe.
Let's
give them the storyline.
If you can see it,
you can achieve it.
I believe that. I'll take that.
Too.
So if you can see it, you can achieve it. And that's where we are today. And let's just hit them off with.
Let's get right into it.
Right now.
If you can see it, you can achieve it. But the reason why we picked this as the subject matter is because sometimes there's a disconnect. Because what we see leads us to believe that it can be achieved until we hit a bump in the road.
Right. And those are some of the challenges that we are faced with along the way, right?
Yep. And there's always an obstacle. Have you ever had an opportunity that didn't have an obstacle along with it?
No. Matter of fact, I think that there's always something that is going to be in your way. You kind of almost have to expect something to happen, because when you don't, that's when you're unprepared.
It's like the old Kung Fu movies, right? No, I'm going somewhere. Just rock with me, y'all. You know, in the movies, right? Those OG movies, and you would hear the words, but the words never matched
before the move.
Right? So you got to kind of be like anticipating it, because it's coming, right? Things don't always line up, is my point. But that doesn't mean that it's not possible.
Right. And so I believe that you always have to anticipate something happening, because you have to be ready for it.
Yep. Ready for whatever. You definitely have to have a mindset for your grind set, as I love to tell clients and anybody that I encounter. You have to be focused on your focus to the point that you anticipate things trying to sway you, so much so that you enjoy those opportunities. You look forward to those obstacles, not because it feels good, but because you know you're going to feel better on the other end of this thing. Right.
But what do you do? And that question is for you guys. What do you do when adversity arises?
Right.
Like, you know,
right.
Do you have your wiggle room? Are you able to step over things when they jump right in front of you?
Right. Can you get your huddle?
Yeah, you have to be. So you have to have a game plan.
It's like long jumping. It's a metaphor day for me.
Definitely,
I guess.
I like it.
But it's like yeah. Hey, if it works, let it work. It's like long jumping, right? You don't just walk up to the bar and you just hop over. There's a preparation, there's a run, there is a process, there's a lead in. And then as you get closer, you realize, ooh, this thing is a little higher than I thought. I'm going to have to stretch my legs and exert myself.
I love that analogy. Sometimes you have to stretch yourself.
Yeah.
You never know what you're capable of doing or achieving unless you stretch yourself thin sometimes.
Yeah, you got to get up on it.
And take chances. Don't be afraid to take the chances also.
Yeah.
Right?
So, you guys, we're still talking about vision boards. We're still on the subject of what do you do when maybe you're not an expert at making a vision board, or either you are somebody who really, really wants to do this and not waste your time, right? You want to see it happen as you're putting it on the board. And so in all of that, obstacles and challenges ties in. Because it's going to be hard for some people to even make the board.
Right.
It's going to be a challenge.
You know, and I'll even go as far as to say, in my mind, because sometimes that's where everything starts, in your mind. Right. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, this is going to be so hard.
Yeah.
Number one, I probably just defeated myself by saying that out loud. It's the way you process things. It's what you're thinking. So if you put, you know what, I'm going to give this thing a shot. I'm going to just go at it.
Yep. Go in golden. Yep.
That's probably one of the best things that you can do. Putting yourself on the line, putting yourself out there, being positive.
Right. Not because you think it's all going to work out right. We're not trying to tell you that you should just have this fantasy mindset where you live in fallacy, where you live in falseness, or you live in untruths, right? I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow. It's going to be a breeze. I'm going to skip through the field like lilies. All my dreams will come to fruition. Not quite, honey. But you can still do it. Having a good attitude, like Nick is saying, is going to be critical, because when the challenges come, and we know it's going to be
they're going to come
hard, you're going to have to have that same energy, right? You got a KTSE.
Yes.
Keep that same energy that you started with. So if I start off negative,
defeat.
DNF.net, right? But we don't want to let it be over till it's over.
That is not what we really want, you guys. So we're saying just stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused.
During the times of adversities, learn how to have a plan B.
Yep.
Because the plan A can go wrong. Believe me, it can go wrong. It happens to me all the time. Sometimes I get there and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? Oh, I remember. So you have to always have that plan B. Sometimes that plan C too also.
Unless, now I will say this.
Go ahead.
Unless it's a situation where plan A is really the only thing that works.
Wow.
If plan A is what satisfies the soul,
I like
if
it.
plan A is what heals the spirit, if plan A is what really entitles you to the finances, if plan A is what really gets your mind on track, y'all see where I'm going? If plan A is what's really going to get that body banging, then there is no plan B. There is no plan C, which means you need to go at plan A with everything in you. You need to go into this thing with a good attitude. You need to be planning this vision board out with an intensity and a joy, because you're going to need it. It's going to be
I like the hard. I kind of like that, the way you keep saying that. So just know, stay focused. Be positive. And it will come to pass. You will see all of your dreams and visions, all your aspirations, everything that you're setting in front of you, your goals, you will reach them.
It's true.
Just stay focused.
So, right now we're kind of talking about the obstacles of even creating the vision board and some of the challenges that you'll come across. But we're also kind of interjecting and integrating the idea that as you make this thing come to life, once you get the board up, and it's because the board's not really the work. Once you start doing the work, it's going to be.
That's when you.
Hard.
So that's when you get into it. So what about overcoming what I physically see?
Okay.
Overcoming what I physically see. Because sometimes when you really see something, it is what it is. Now I got it up.
Yeah.
Now I can really see it.
Yeah.
Do I like it?
No. Negative.
Is it really? I don't know. Maybe I should change that.
It's ugly.
Right? So it happens to the best of us. Even though we pick the colors. We pick the board.
Oh.
Even though we choose all of these things that we want to work for us
in the moment.
In that moment, it happens.
The bigger picture doesn't always work out the way that we may have thought. So, to that I would say, well, number one, you go catch the last episode. Because we talked about planning and
yes, we did. We did.
Planned and reread.
Preparation. Which you did very well.
Poor presentation.
Okay.
So if you don't prepare properly, then you won't have the presentation that you probably desire.
That is definitely true,
sorry.
You guys. I'm sorry. And sometimes that is what it is.
Oh, we're going to call a spade.
All the time.
We're here. We're genuine.
We deal with the elephant in the room.
All the time.
All the time.
Call it out.
Yeah.
So in that case, you would need to go back to the drawing board, relook at some things, kind of reevaluate, and then look at what you have. Sometimes you need to step back and look at the mess you made before you just try to clean it up. Observe what's going on, so that way you can do it again. But it's really not that big of a deal, you guys. If you have to make 1 or 2 vision boards to get something that you like, it's okay.
Do that. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You might use too much glue. You might put the wrong letter. It might be crooked. I'm just saying, these things happen when you're creating, and that's all it is. So don't be afraid to start over, like you said.
I'm going to tell you guys something that is critical, and this is probably one of the most serious things that you can use anywhere in life. Do what Nick said, but I need you to not be afraid to fail early. Don't wait. Don't jump into things and kind of get a good start and think that it's all good, and you kind of run through the progress, you kind of run through the plan, and you kind of run through the initial stages, because then what happens is the failure comes at a point where it's very critical, and it's a lot harder to kind of backtrack and do everything over. It's better to fail at making your first vision board than it is to fail at going after your vision. So fail early and fail forward. If y'all don't know nothing,
hey, you
fail
know what?
early and fail forward.
That's really,
Okay?
really good, Patrice.
Yeah.
Like I
This
don't
is-
know what to say about that. Like that is.
And
like
this is
true.
just stuff that I do
That's life.
so much studying.
That's
right.
life.
Yeah.
That's
And this is
definitely
something
life.
that any motivator, any educator, any person who's in philanthropy, mentoring,
Right.
business development, personal development,
Right.
artist development, this is a principle that is world renowned and it works. So fail early and fail forward. And that's with anything.
It
right?
builds. Failing. It teaches you.
Yep.
It builds you up. It
right.
builds your character, and you have to be willing. You have to be willing to grow from there. You have to be willing to get back up again and try it all over again. It will definitely define who you really are.
It will. The way that you respond to the challenges in your life defines the person that you're capable of becoming.
I believe that.
If you can't respond appropriately to what's going on in the moment, you can't become the person that you need for what's up ahead of you.
In your future.
And it's yours.
and you're preparing your future. You're
Right.
you're putting
Right.
your future right in front of you right now. And
Yeah.
sometimes it, like we said, it gets hard, but you have to be willing to take those steps forward and continue to take those steps forward.
Yeah.
Now, we are at a place where I am more than a conqueror.
Yeah, well, we know Beam has been a beam of light.
I am more than a conqueror. There is nothing that I cannot do. You have to speak things
true.
into existence.
Yes.
You have to make it plain
Yes.
to yourself.
Yes.
You have to know, and it goes back to what we were just
Yep.
saying
Yep.
about just having positive energy, just
Yep.
being positive and doing those things that you know that you can do.
Even if you don't know you can do it, having that positive mindset like he's talking about, being willing to fail early and fail forward, having a sensibility about when to wait, when to review, and when to act. All of these things incorporated is what's going to help you know that you know that you know, even if you have to faith it until you make it. Right? They say fake it until you make it, but I say faith it until you make it.
Faith it until you make it.
Yeah. You got to believe before
You guys
see.
write that down. Faith it until you make it.
Right? Yeah, because we are more than conquerors.
Right, we are.
And you know, in that, one of the things that really resonates with me is the fact that I can see opportunities to fail if I really seek them out. So when we're talking about this whole vision board, one thing for me, and I noticed that our processes were so different. But for
Yeah,
you, it
they
was
were.
like get in and do it. And if I have to fix something or do it over, that's going
I
to be
can do
okay,
that, yeah.
right? And for me, it was like I could do that, but I'm not going to want to. And the way that I have my vision laid out and how I'm extra and the way I like things and how I want my board to be
Right.
full of the universe, that's not really going to work. I don't want to do it. So I had to plan. I had to know that I could be more than a conqueror, that I could be more than just somebody who sat down and kind of winged it, because I knew that wouldn't work for me, right? And so you got to kind of know yourself or
what
learn
works for
yourself
you.
so you can do what works for you.
Stick to you. We talked about that.
We
remember?
talked about that.
Yeah.
And you guys will see in a little bit what I'm doing with my board. Now I have my board today. I've finally gotten started. I wasn't able to jump in as quick as Nick. You know, last time my board was blank and I just talked to you about preparation. But what he's saying is so critical, Nick.
Yeah.
You know, I love that you're saying I am more than a conqueror.
Right.
Tell me or tell them or whomever gonna want to know, because I need to know. How do you develop that internal sense of being someone who's capable?
I think I already know who I am. You have to have this thing about you where you know who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm confident in myself. I have to be confident in myself because the things that I want out of life, the things that I want in life, where I want to go in life, you have to be confident. There's no way to reach some of the things that I want without knowing that I have the confidence to do it and believing that I can do it, that it is obtainable. Anything that I want in life, I already believe that it's obtainable. So now all I have to do is go out there and get it. Put my feet right in front of one another and go out there and get exactly what I want.
And I would even go so far as to say that the things that I want, I already have. Anything, now not just the things that I might like, right? Because we're talking about a vision board. So not just what you see, oh, I saw these shoes, I want these shoes. That's not for your vision board. Owning a shoe store, that might be for your vision board.
That's perfect for a vision board.
So when I'm thinking of my truest visions and the things I really desire, I'm looking at it like those things are already mine. They already belong to the me up ahead.
Right.
So now it's not even a matter of me having to go and get it. I just have to become the person who has them.
Right.
And so for me, that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me engaged. That's what keeps me driven, because I can look at it and say, no matter what come what may, I don't care if the phone ring and I'm not ready to talk. I can jump into the phone call. I don't care if the camera's rolling and something is off. I can adjust it and keep it moving because I'm focused. I'm focused on the fact that I can overcome things. I'm focused on the fact that whatever I want is already right there. Right.
So that's a key component. So like, just knowing what you really want.
Yeah,
knowing
y'all
how
gotta tap
you
into
want
it.
to do things.
Yeah.
And I think that that's perfect. That kind of concludes everything that we've, been talking about and what we're working on right now. And so we don't have a lot of time left, but hey, it's time for commercial.
Let's cut to a commercial, and when we get back, I got something for y'all.
We'll be right back. Level up. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Well, thank y'all for staying with us.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back, leveling up.
We've been talking about conquering. We've been talking about overcoming obstacles, issues, and how you can position yourself to deal with those things. So I got something for you guys along the lines of obstacles and being able to face challenges. We're talking about how to deal with the challenges in the creation phase of your vision board, but also in the execution phases of carrying out your goals and accomplishments so that you can see things the way you want.
And we've talked about all of these things, and hopefully you guys are at home and you guys are listening and taking heed to some of these things that you're hearing, because these are all the type of things that you're going to be faced with.
This is life stuff. This is
all life
business.
skills.
Yes.
All life things that happen on a daily basis to us.
Yes.
And hopefully it works for you.
I hope it will. I know it will. If you apply yourself, you will find yourself leveling up. So I just want to share with you guys some things that I did real quick with the little time we have left.
Go ahead.
Is that okay with you,
Yeah,
Nick?
definitely.
Okay. Let's take a little walk over to my vision board, and I want to show you guys some things along the lines of obstacles and challenges. Let's get it. All right, guys. So as you can see, the first thing that I did was I had to get some music together, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have going on here with my board. Speaking of challenges and obstacles, one of the things that I decided I wanted to do is to make a business vision board, because it's so important that we put our businesses in a format that we can see them blossoming and growing. And along those lines, I already knew that I was going to have some challenges this year with my business, and so one of the things that I'm putting on here right now is adding on to a good foundation. And by that, I'm just kind of giving myself a visual reminder that I can grow from where I'm at as long as the foundation is solid.
That's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I'll
do most of my writing later because I'm kind of anal about that. But I just want to get you guys to see some more things that I'm putting on here. There's going to be challenges with anything you do, which is why you always need help, especially in a business. So what I did is I identified some alliances that I'm interested in building this year. And for purposes of building community and increasing sisterhood, I picked women because we tend to be more catty. Yeah, because men, y'all get it together. Women are very catty and separated, right? So we're trying to get like the brothers and grow up. Get it together, right? And also in that, I'm looking to overcome trials and triumphs. I got to put my church on here because I want to work with my church.
I know that right there. That's pretty
God is the center for me. And I know that there's going to be trials and triumphs, you guys. This is with anything you do. It's going to be issues. You can either focus on the solution or you can focus on the issue. And if you focus on the issue, then it's you.
And so then, just if you guys haven't noticed how neat, again, Latrice is. She's very neat. Also, I like her music. Her music is nice. It's very nice. It's very calm, nice music. Jazzy, a little spiffy. I like it.
Well, you gotta definitely be in a good space because the world is gonna put you in a bad place as you go forward. So y'all just got to know that you can be grounded And it's really important that you do that for yourself. Another thing that comes along with issues and obstacles as we're talking about this is time, resources. Everybody doesn't have money to start a board. Everybody doesn't have...
but it doesn't take all of that, right?
It doesn't really take a lot of money. If you can get $3 together, you could actually do this for $3. You would just get a $1 pack of markers, a $1 paper, and you could just get like a $1 book from the dollar store.
And you can find that at what store?
And bum the magazines from everybody. You can go to Dollar Tree, you can go to Walmart. Or I don't know about Target. Target,
you go to Target,
$5.
You go to Target.
He loves Target. They're going to cost a little bit more. But my point is that it shouldn't cost a lot to do the actual vision board, but it may, especially for a business, take a little bit more work to get established. So just know, even if you find that you can't get around as easily and you don't have as much time and money, you can put your heart and soul into things so that way you can overcome your trials and you can triumph with God's favor. I just want to really impress upon you guys the fact that it doesn't have to be completely perfect, but you want to incorporate obstacles into your board. And so 2 things for me that are obstacles is growing and going forward and upward, because it's hard being a small business owner, as well as being able to partner with other people and increase my footprint. You guys can do this. I encourage you just to be focused, to believe in yourselves. As Nick has been telling us, if you go into it with a good attitude, you'll get so much farther, right, Nick?
That is definitely true. Yeah.
Keep it up, y'all. Don't let it go to the wayside. Don't worry about the people who are already there. The people who may be in front of you or standing beside you, watching you as you try to get it together. Because
do not worry about those people.
They've already made it, right? Just know, whether you're starting, whether you're there, or whether you're trying to get it together so you can get started, you got a chance. You got action. So I do things like wear clothes that speak towards my success. Shout out to Nikki's Knits. That's why I got on my Black Girl Fly shirt, because I want to be a fly black woman, manifesting my dreams. You know, I keep my godly senses with me because I want to be covered in His love and covered by the blood. And then I prepare so that I can have things the way that I want. But most of all, you guys, make it your own. Make it your own.
Everything that you got going on right now, stay inspired, because you're keeping me inspired. And hey, you guys stay inspired. Yeah. We're leveling up.
We're going up. Y'all coming with us?
Hello.
Hello, somebody. Leveling up. Next dimension. We'll be here. Come back and see us.
In reading your book, I had a few questions that I pretty much know your life, but some things in this book I didn't understand, and I'm sure some people is going to have the same questions that I had.
Yes.
So she has some wonderful topics in this book. Like I stated before, the name of her book was Love Was My Infirmity. And I know just from you, she's the type of person that loves love.
Yes, I do.
He's worth more than diamonds, so we can't lift him up. He's the king, he reigns, so watch me lift him up. He deserved your life, so won't you give it up? Learn how to go through the trial and stop.